The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Welcome everyone. I am Ria and I'll be your moderator today. Thank you so much for joining us here at Netcom Learning, a market leader in promoting lifelong learning, training, and talent development solutions. We are very excited to host today's event, Microsoft 365 Copilot Masterclass, Automation and AI Agents. In today's session, we'll explore how Microsoft 365 Copilot is transforming the way professional works by integrating AI directly into everyday business applications like Excel, PowerPoint, Word, Teams, and Outlook. You'll explore how automate routine tasks, generate content, analyze data, and enhance collaboration using natural language prompts. In addition, participants will get guidance on effectively preparing for AB 900 certification course and exam in today's session. Presenting today's topic is Ronald. Ronald is founder of US Computer Support and a dynamic educator specialized in AI, Microsoft 365 Copilot, security, and governance. As a Microsoft certified Azure AI fundamental professional, he helps organizations adopt Copilot securely through the effective prompting, data readiness, and compliance best practices, backed by experience from US Army and aerospace industry. Over to you, Ronald.
Thank you so much. Thanks so much for joining. Again, my name is Ronald Clanton. Let's get started with Microsoft 365 Copilot Masterclass, automation and AI agents, something I'm extremely passionate about. Again, my name is Ronald Clanton. I am the owner of US Computer Support. I've been working with Netcom Learning for years. They've helped me with my career and to build my business and to get that robust and rich training that I needed and the opportunities to be able to present this around the world to learners and those that are key stakeholders for companies also. Again, here I am. My name is Ronald Clanton. Feel free to look me up on LinkedIn also. All right, let's get started with our agenda. Introduction to Microsoft 365 Copilot. Copilot capabilities across Microsoft 365. Key use cases for productivity and automation. AI agents and workflow automation. And at the end, we'll have a Q&A and the next steps. So I'll give you that information on how you can bring this into your company, how you can enhance your career, and the full understanding that this is something that is a must-have and something that you definitely need to utilize. Introduction to Microsoft 365 Copilot. So, the business value of Microsoft 365 Copilot automation. Well, they're one of the key things with automation is the way that it saves time, the way that it will make sure that what you are doing is within the purview and everything that needs to be done as far as compliance, making sure that the system or whatever your purpose is, that it is working as it's supposed to. So you discover how generative AI embedded in everyday productivity tools is transforming how organizations operate, reducing manual effort, accelerating decision making, and unlocking measurable business value. So keep in mind that when you have this automation set, if there are new things that need to be added, you can go have those things added without having to dismantle your whole operation, how your workflow is being conducted. You have that ability to make all of these things happen in real time and on the fly. Knowledge workers are feeling the strain of today's productivity challenges. One of the things that I indicate, whether social media or wherever I'm speaking, is the knowledge workers, the backbone that's making things happen. You can have everything you want, but you have to have the knowledge workers. Something that I always emphasize is that you can purchase AI products, but if no one properly knows how to use them, then you are really being detrimental to yourself, to your organization, and career wise. I tell all the students, I have all types of different things that I work with, and I let everyone know that artificial intelligence isn't the future. Artificial intelligence is here right now. So your best bet is learning how to utilize, learning how to work with all of the tools that you have available for your organization, or a primary tool such as Copilot, which is used around the world. So there's no obscure product that you'll have here and then you may leave that company or whatever the case may be and not be able to utilize this. This is Microsoft Copilot. By learning what you need to know from here, you can go across the spectrum as career wise, and then your company has the ability to be able to compete on a global level. Think about this, the administrative overload. Employees spend hours each week on repetitive tasks, drafting emails, formatting reports, scheduling meetings, and searching for information across apps. Now, the talent retention pressure. Organizations struggle to retain skilled employees who feel bogged down by low value work instead of meaningful, high impact contributions. Now, those of you listening right now know, and something just sparked in your mind about that. And looking at this from a high level view, how many employees have been lost or the work production has decreased because of this? Here you have a way to address that challenge. Fragmented workflows, switching between apps, manually copying data, and hunting for documents across Teams, SharePoint, and email creates friction and lost time. It can the stress that you have this tool available. Don't wait. You have to, you should utilize everything that you have to make your job, make your life much more easier. The lost revenue from inefficiency, incomplete documentation, missed follow ups, and slow approvals result in real financial impact. Delays that compound across every team and project. I know. I'm not just presenting this, I'm not just teaching this, but as a business consultant, um, it is amazing how many businesses that I go to and the consulting is, they are losing this productivity. Um, Small business owners trying to run their business, be backup when an employee doesn't show up or whatever the case may be. And when this is integrated into their systems, how they're able to make life much, much better. They're not at the job all day, all night, because this right here can come in. This can come into your organization, to the business, and remove a lot of time, unnecessary tasks, and also be able to aggregate all of your information. Reducing the automation gap can alleviate these challenges. So Microsoft 365 Copilot addresses the most time-consuming tasks knowledge workers face every day. not by replacing people, by but by handling the busy work so teams can focus on higher value work. That is something that is just deteriorates different companies. And throughout my career, I've seen companies that have just completely went out of business because they just did not have the bandwidth to keep going, and the workforce was overwhelmed. Drafting and replying to emails. Emails are a part of not just our regular life, but just think about the emails from a business standpoint. To be able to organize, Copilot and Outlook drafts responses for you. So you summarize as long threads. So now reading through this, trying to take a minute to comprehend what did you get? Because have you ever received those emails where there are the subject or the issue at hand is in there, but there's a lot of other different things that are put into that thread. And okay, well, what is the central point? Especially if it's really long, you're in the middle of something. It helps prioritize your inbox automatically. So you're not having to do that, it does it for you. Creating presentations and reports. Copilot in PowerPoint and Word generates first drafts, reformats the comment, and produces summaries from source documents in seconds. In seconds. You have that. I've been doing PowerPoints for as long as PowerPoints have been around when they were invented and created. And I speak from a personal standpoint that this has been a lifesaver. Meeting summaries and action items. So Copilot in Teams captures key decisions and assigns follow-ups so nothing gets lost after a meeting ends. Those of you who've heard me on webinars before know my statement where I say a meeting about the meeting. And then we got to have another meeting about that. What was discussed, what happened, and no. How much time has been meetings have taken so much time. We have to have them. Why not utilize a tool that'll make it so much easier understanding what we have to do, what we have to follow up, what is our agenda, what is the mission, what was accomplished during this meeting, or what was accomplished, and then we were able to extract information on that and make things better, continuous improvement, or what were our findings from there? What are we following up on? Having a streamlined tool to be able to produce that for you is something that I know that you need to have. Anyone listening to this webinar now, you absolutely need to utilize this. Searching and surfacing information. Copilot retrieves relevant files, meeting notes, and data across your Microsoft 365 environment using natural language queries. Something that I always look for, siloed information that's over here but not over here, information that is missing. Those things that have been tied in, there's been a change. And one key thing that I want each and every one of you to remember is compliance. There's been a change, legislations. We look at sovereignty, where something's going here, and this is the law of the land here, and only this set of people in your organization knows this. We cannot have that. It has to be across the board so that we can have the information readily available and also be able to change our practices of our product that we're providing or our services that we're providing. Analyzing data in Excel. Copilot in Excel identifies trends, builds formulas, creates charts, and answers analytical questions in plain language. Nothing I've seen has been worse than you have a group of people who know this, and it's more technical or something complex, and then the rest of the group doesn't know. And now you have to spend all this time explaining what something is and the learning curves that happen. Different people are tied up with their own different jobs. Why not have something centralized that you and everyone in your organization can take a look at and be able to understand? Automating repetitive workflows. AI agents built in Copilot Studio can handle multi-step tasks autonomously. Approvals, notifications, data transfers, and more. Wait till you get your hands on here and see all of the different things that you can do. This is one of those things where you never go back. The last webinar I did, I was speaking to a few people and letting them know that I was old enough to know when business was being conducted before the internet. Yes, there was a time before the internet. And there are some that were a little skeptical. How is business mainly conducted? Transactions and all of that through the internet. And how easier did it make life as far as being able to do business? Now you're able to communicate. It's that same principle here. Utilizing this tool, making sure that you have this available is the next evolution of where you have to be. Excuse me. The evolution of Microsoft 365 Copilot. Now, Microsoft 365 Copilot has evolved rapidly from simple AI assisted suggestions to a fully integrated agentic AI platform combining the powerful the power of large language models with your organizational data. So now think about it, take a second here, think about all the information that your company has, putting that data together, all tied in together. Now, instead of it being such as this spider web of information that is tied, now everything is organized so that everyone can work with and know every what is going on with your organization and able and have the ability to extract the data that you need to do your job and to do it efficiently and not have any access overlapping time. Microsoft 365 Copilot launch. Initial rollout with AI assisted drafting, summarization, and chat capabilities. Yes, chat capabilities across Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Teams, and even Outlook. Number two, Copilot Studio introduced. Organizations gain the ability to build custom AI agents. Custom AI agents. You make it. You have employees who know their job top to bottom. They can do this with their eyes closed. Being able to now to have a custom agent based on the knowledge that that employee has to be able to have the job go more seamlessly, to have it work in a organized fashion and function e- efficiently, well, they can go and even make things better. The organization gained the ability to build the custom AI agents and automate multi-step workflows without traditional coding. One of the key things that really happened here, and I'm speaking to you from a professional standpoint, was you had that development team who had to build this when something needed to be done, it had to be built. You had to go through the time. There's the testing, there's the phases, there's the trial and error, and so forth. Microsoft took the time to take a look at this. This was a key problem. One of the things in business is how do we solve problems? One of the key problems was how do we make something without having a whole development team paying an absorbent amount of money to have this built? And think of the time it takes to build something. Well, now you can have that with the multi step workflows without any of the traditional coding. You can build something and utilize the AI to have that built for you. Number three. Autonomous AI agents. Copilot evolved to support autonomous agents that can take actions, trigger workflows, and respond to events across systems, end to end. Take a minute to think about that. Think about a scenario that you went through, or think about a scenario that your company went through, or that you heard of that was happening. Something that needed to be adopted into your everyday um, work establishment. What you had going, what you needed to have prioritized, or as I mentioned earlier, remember compliance and how things change. Something that I'm working with now. A couple of weeks ago, it just changed just like that on the fly, and everything had to be redone. I was able to have that and have that taken care of in less than 30 minutes. Everything was completely changed, and how I could address um, providing work, providing IT knowledge somewhere else. It without providing any information or proprietary information. I've just let you know that one of the things that sets it apart is I do this work, and when I'm presenting to you, I can tell you about, or I can really explain it because of scenarios and every day to day things that I have to utilize this and do. 5 hours from when this webinar ends, I have to go and explain this to a group of people around the country, and then utilize this to make sure everything that they have for that meeting is aggregated, streamlined, and ready 2 hours later so that we can meet again and complete everything. So, this is real world information that you're getting. Number four, enterprise grade scale. Deep integration with Microsoft Graph, SharePoint, and third-party connectors enable Copilot to act on your entire organizational knowledge base securely, securely. I know that popped in some of you guys' minds that, okay, well, we have this and all of our information is here, but the access that everyone has, and even within your organization, if you want to streamline that where only certain parts of the organization or certain people can access that, you have that ability here in the Copilot. So, who benefits from Microsoft 365 Copilot? Copilot is designed to deliver immediate value to every role across your organization, from frontline managers to senior executives. Keep it in mind that there, the senior executives, before, one of the things that I would see is the workforce, the organizational part of a company would have the things they're making everything happen. And when it got to the executive level, the understanding of the some of the intricacies of what is happening became a real problem. And senior executives would be concerned because they didn't know if there was anything going on or some type of sprawl that was happening that was would become detrimental to the company later on. Well, with this, now everyone has the ability, and everyone can be unified in understanding and everything that's going on within the organization. Anyone who works in Microsoft 365 can benefit from AI powered automation. So, the knowledge workers draft documents, summarize emails, and automate routine reporting tasks, saving hours every week. Managers and team leads get meeting recaps, track team progress, and generate status reports without manually compiling data. Those were those were days that I do not ever want coming back for that. The time, the things that all that it took, those late nights, those overnights, the fatigue. Executives and leaders surface key insights from data, summarize lengthy documents. That's been a complaint for leadership for the longest time. What is it? Let's get to the point. What does this say? And stay on top of organizational priorities efficiently. Being able to summarize what's going on and how to prioritize. What is your main key as a leader? To make sure that you prioritize every day of that organization's life, of that business's life, you have to prioritize and make sure everything is getting done. You can have a whole laundry list of things, but if they're not prioritized, it's going to end up being the downfall, or you're going to have to make up for something that should have been done instead of something that was not in the proper hierarchy of priorities that your organizations need. IT and operations teams build AI agents, automate approval workflows, and connect Copilot to business systems using Copilot Studios. I am an IT person, obviously, and I absolutely, absolutely love this. This has been the thing for me. Um, Automating things with IT, with AI, has been, I can't say the lifesaver. It has completely changed my life and my businesses, and being able to monitor and make sure these things work. Besides my company, I own four other companies. How in the world am I able to do all these things? And I will tell you the key. The key is AI, being able to automate tasks and being able to see the information. If I want to devote, okay, well, I want 1 hour to go through this company here, what's going on, automate tasks and make this and that work and all that that it entails, I'm able to do it utilizing these tools. Copilot as your AI assistant across every workflow. Promote employee well-being. Reduce cognitive load from switching between apps. I'm like I said, firsthand. I'll tell you this is something that has been one of the key factors for me. Reduce the cognitive load, decrease time spent on administrative busy work, improve work life balance with faster task completion. The human resources, the business, we live now in a society where people go job to job. They switch jobs faster than some of the episodes or some of the pop stars switch their partners and so forth, just to be funny with it. But improving the work-life balance. One of the things that employees will leave or employees can't produce is because that work-life balance does not fit. They're trying to juggle all of these things, but they have all this tasks, all this overwhelming work that they have to do. Utilize this. Make your life easier. Increase operational efficiency. Automate repetitive documentation and reporting. Accelerate approvals, summaries, and the handoffs. How many times have you had where you had to wait on the approval before you could do something else? Think about in a production field or a product, and all the different steps that you have to go through before you have to the finished product or the service, or how's this fair to your client, to your customer? It isn't. It isn't fair that you're not utilizing this and not able to give them the best that you can. Improve throughput across teams and departments, making sure that you can communicate in real time, fast time, that information is there. What is going on? Too many silos have destroyed companies for decades. What's going on? What's here? What is this department working on? What if they changed something and you did not know? Think about this even from a sales perspective. You're a salesperson that's selling a service or a product, and something has changed, and you are discussing that with your potential client, and you have no idea that something has changed, and now you get ready to demo it, you get ready to show that service, and something has changed. And what you said and what you told that customer is now not true because you did not have the information available. How does your credibility look now? Improve the employee and customer experience, more focused, personalized interactions. Having that. We live in this age of social media. Everything is under a microscope. You can see all these different things. Having that focus, the personalized way of doing business. One of the key principles of business and what has helped me throughout the years is return business. Customers that have that personalized interactions. What you do. I have a referral yesterday from someone that from years ago did a referral for me and referred this person, and that was other business because I have that personalized interaction when I helped them with their IT support years ago. You wouldn't even think that they would even remember about that. And so many other referrals. I have another one that'll be Friday. It's um, Friday that I'll get. And it's because of those focused, personalized interactions. Faster response times to internal and external requests. This is something that you have available with this Copilot AI assistant. Now, the AI assisted communication that's clearer and more consistent. Having that right across there, this is it. You can go back and forth. Think about it as just like a human dialogue that you have there. Smooth transition to be able to have that communication working for you. Drive meaningful financial impact. So we're going to reduce costs associated with manual repetitive work. As you see, we brought that up again because one of the key things that is that makes and breaks companies is that repetitive work, being able to have things streamlined. Wouldn't it sound or feel great to have that extra time to just be able to review and to improve upon your company and to build it? Accelerate revenue cycles with better documentation quality. Have you ever gotten a report that was incomplete or was missing key items? Or what about some specific person, some subject matter expert was not able to put their insight into it? Those are the things that we have to look at and we have to make sure that we adhere to be competitive. Increase employee capacity without adding headcount, making sure that they have that. Give the employees everything that they need to be able to do their job efficiently. Now, proven results at enterprise scale. Microsoft 365 Copilot is already delivering measurable outcomes for organizations of all sizes across industries. These are not projections, they are real results from active deployments. So we look at the 70% report better work life balance. You can go, you can be tied to your job, you can love your job, but that work life balance still has to tie into how well you do your job. Copilot users say AI assistance reduces burnout and fatigue from repetitive tasks. Let's go over here 77% improved output quality. Users say Copilot improves the quality of documents, emails, and presentations that they produce. 77%. These are high level numbers, high level percentages. Even when we go here with 29% faster task completion. On average, Copilot users complete common knowledge work tasks 29% faster than non users. And 68% say it helps jumpstart work. Take a second in your mind. You go to work, you just start off, and you're looking what you have to do and what you have to do for that day. Users report Copilot helps them get started immediately, reducing time spent staring at a blank page. You have that. You're ready to go. Knock these things out, get it done, and you have now a much smoother work life, a much smoother just it's all these scenarios are now just flooding through my head where I've helped different companies implement this, and that is it's like a before and after how things go, how they're working, and it's almost like as if they were always using this. But you have to remember the time and those that aren't using it, and those who don't have the knowledge to use it, which is a significant downfall so far in the business society that we need to address. Outcomes delivered at scale. Organizations deploying Microsoft 365 Copilot are seeing quantifiable gains across operational efficiency, employee satisfaction, and the financial performance. Isn't that what we're looking for? The operational efficiency, hours saved per employee per week on drafting and summarization. You're getting so much information. There's this large exchange of information. Now you're able to get something and it's summarized for you to tell you what it is, and so you can respond. And then you have the AI agents to help you get that response right back. Faster meeting follow ups with auto generated action items. If you are taking notes right now, this is one of the things I want you to take notes of. I've even had a few people who are utilizing this and who are using the Microsoft 365 Copilot, but forgetting that this provides this the auto generated action items that you need to do, that you need to focus on. Reduce time searching for information across Microsoft 365. Remember, the information is decentralized. It's there for everyone to be able to access in the hierarchy, obviously, of security parameters that are set in place, but it's there. It's aggregated so that the jobs, everything can be done efficiently, from sales to the end product, from services. Everything that you need is right there. Collaboration and communication. That has been a poison inside of companies for forever. What someone didn't know, what they were doing. 93% say meetings are more productive with the AI recaps. I I love that now. I go through, I'm doing the meetings. Obviously, I'm thinking, I'm going, and we're exchanging, we're talking. Someone, if I'm extending a meeting with someone, one of the main things I like to do, even if I just leave the meeting and later come back, being able to recap what happened and to have it from, to decompress and look at what's going on and be able to have a fresh understanding and a relaxed approach to the information that was exchanged. 85% say Copilot helps them stay more focused during meetings. Obviously, you have that. You can get that real time information. You can have something that you don't understand to be able to go and get that information. What about this? You don't know what happens with this department and how that works. Be able to get information right there while things are happening to, oh, okay, well, this is why this is here. Oh, I see. And this is how this ties into what I do. And here, while things are currently going on, you have that ability. 75% say it improves cross team communication quality. If you have, looking for one of the biggest reasons to have this, if your organization is of size or mid size, or that right there, the cross team communication quality that you have available from there to make your organization work faster. If you need to go back to leadership, you're attending this webinar now, and one of the key factors that you need to provide to leadership to let them know what's beneficial, that right there, that cross team communication, obviously being able to do the work faster and more efficiently, but being able to have that information and being able to work all as one. The employee well-being, 62% say they are less likely to leave their organization. Companies that have that. Now, I've trained a lot of people, and some of the things that are now sought after is, what are the tools that this company is using before I take the job? They'll go do interviews, and you have the interview and they go through there, and you have the second levels and so forth. But now one of the things that happens is you ask the employee, or the potential employee, the interview is conducted, and it's just like, do you have any questions? And now the employee is asking, what tools do you have available for the employee well-being? Or not just like that, but more or less, what tools are you using? Are you up to date? Is your company using up-to-date tools? Why? One reason, it gives you an insight. Well, how strong is this company? Will it be around for a while? The productivity. How much overload of work will we have by not utilizing current tool to do my job? So a person, especially a skilled worker, will have, it's usually around 3 to 5 job offers. And so as the company is vetting them, they're also vetting the company. And the choices that they make now, and especially nowadays, is, okay, are you using these tools? Microsoft is Microsoft, a well-known name. Well, our company, think about it now from an employer standpoint, that you're able to let potential employees know, yes, and we use Microsoft Copilot to help make the job much better, and there to get qualified and high level employees into your organization. 80% say Copilot reduces feelings of cognitive burden. That is something else. We see in news, different countries are trying different things and trying to help keep this. And even high level, you have seen some of these big companies that are they're people aren't staying. They're just going across and transferring between companies. You have to make it well set for the people that are working there. 90% say they spend less time on repetitive, low value tasks. That is something that can just tear at the very fabric of the psyche of some employees. We've seen movies that have been made because of this, the repetitive tasks that they have, and the meltdowns, just the whole thing that you see happening, and being overwhelmed. Now, financial impact, measurable reduction in hours spent on manual reporting. You got this taken care of with this Microsoft 365 Copilot. You got faster cycle times for proposals, contracts, and approvals. We mentioned that before. The approvals can be such a pain waiting on that so that you can go to the next phase of something that you have to do. 77% say Copilot improves documentation accuracy and completeness. Having the full picture, having the documents set, they're complete, is of the utmost importance because I can tell you of times when things were not complete, work orders were not done, or there was IT support that was provided, but the information also said that this section needed to have updated hardware that was put in there and the accuracy of what's being utilized. Those of you in the IT um, world, a DMZ or a screen subnet needed to be put. That's two firewalls that are put in together to provide like a private network. And because of that accuracy, I can remember that from a long while back, and how having this tool available would have made things a lot better. Would have been a great tool to have. Now, we're going to take a 5-minute break. And while we're doing that break, we'd like you to scan this QR code, follow the steps to redeem your courseware and digital achievement certificate from Microsoft. So make sure that you scan this code so that you can get that. And we will start with a 5-minute break. All right, let's get started and continue. Copilot capabilities across Microsoft 365. Microsoft 365 Copilot core capabilities across apps. So from Excel to Outlook, Microsoft 365 Copilot is natively embedded into tools your teams already use for every day. Your team, all the tools that your team use, this is native to that, delivering AI assistance exactly where work happens. So explaining it like this, some of the experiences that I've had is a company will have this um, this app for this app for that, this app for this. And what did you have? Compatibility issues. Some things didn't work well with others. I would have to write a script to try to make this work with this, or I have to do this and then make this whole program that would work on this, and then after it's built, put it into this app to make this. No, you don't have any of that. This is Microsoft. So it's all these apps and all these tools are native to the system. Part of the Microsoft 365 ecosystem. Microsoft 365 Copilot is not a standalone product, it's woven into the fabric of the Microsoft cloud, drawing on your data, your workflows, and your organizational context to deliver intelligent, personalized assistance. We look at infrastructure and security, Azure, Defender, and compliance. We go to our data and AI, Microsoft Fabric and Graph, digital and app innovation, Copilot Studio and Azure, modern work, Teams, Outlook, Office apps, business applications, Dynamics 365 Power Platform, clinical and line business apps. Now, I want you to take a second and take a screenshot of this. This will also help you in your learning and also your development, and having something available that you can take a mental snapshot of when you actually start working, so you know, just kind of get yourself dip your toe in so you can have an understanding of the tools that are available for you. Microsoft Trustworthy AI, unlocking human potential, starts with trust. Microsoft's commitment. Every capability in Microsoft's 365 Copilot is built on a foundation of responsible AI principles designed to protect your organization and your people. Privacy. Your data is never used to train foundational models. Understand that. Copilot only accesses data you already have permission to see. The security. Enterprise grade protection from Microsoft Defender, Purview, and a zero trust architecture. Those cybersecurity enthusiasts or workers that are on this webinar now, I know that that right there had you come to attention, or was something to give you some, at least a little bit of ease. Safety, content filters, responsible AI guidelines, and human oversight baked into every interaction. I've told you guys plenty of times, if you've been listening to me through webinars or any speeches that I give, or if any of you were previous students, how since the 80s AI has been something really big with me. But the human oversight has to be set and has to be static in this tool, in this new time, and this new industrial revolution. making sure that the human oversight has that. We can make it as autonomous as possible, but the human oversight to make sure that the last say becomes from us. Microsoft 365 Copilot inherits all existing Microsoft 365 compliance and data governance policy. So your organization's permissions, retention policies, and sensitivity labels are fully respected. Uncover insights with your data using Microsoft Fabric. Microsoft Fabric brings all of your organizational data together in one place, enabling teams to mine insights, track trends, and make smarter decisions powered by AI. So now we have a unified data estate. Fabric consolidates data from across the organization. Again, hear that. Fabric consolidates data from across the organizations, documents, emails, meeting transcripts, spreadsheets, and in external systems into a single analytics platform. Search, filter, and visualize. Search, filter, Search and filter your organization's data. Build interactive dashboards, and surface actionable insights, all without leaving the Microsoft ecosystem. You have not left. You're able to do all of this work, and you're still within the same entity. Automated data pipelines, files, transcripts, and AI generated content are sent to Fabric automatically, eliminating manual data wrangling and keeping insights current. Now, optimize operations. Optimize operations. You have a lot of information that you get when we're doing the webinars, or you're learning, or whatever the case may be. But I want you paying attention to what you have available and what you see, what you hear from me, so that you can understand. And I want you to internalize it so that you can now see how you would utilize this in your work. And then, if just learning from a career standpoint, being able to have this and being able to present this to potential employers, and how you can have this and be a well, you can basically repeat what I'm presenting to you and let the organization know what you bring to the table. Identify areas Identify areas for improvement and productivity, adoption, workflow efficiency, and team performance using data-driven insights. Microsoft Fabric. Microsoft 365 Copilot data solutions harmonize your organization's data into a comprehensive multimodal estate that powers AI, enables compliance, and drives data-driven insights across every team. So the conversational data, documents and files, structured structured data, analytics data, identity and compliance, external and partner data. Companies always have, well, I shouldn't say that word always. Companies tend to have suppliers, they have dependencies from other organizations and information that comes in. You're still able to bring in that data and have it together so that your intelligence is consolidated so that you can do and make actionable decisions and work efficiently. The value of conversational and productivity data. Here are the use cases: governance and compliance. And I love having that there because nothing can keep you up later at night. And any of you that are in any of the legal industry that are attending this, you know how important this is. Manage data retention policies and access controls such as GDPR. GDPR is usually what? The European Union, but now it's being adapted by so many states in the United States. We look at different countries that are adapting those principles to having that and having that in place. And of course, HIPAA, having the HIPAA compliance. How could you be shut down? Think of the fines. Think of all the things that you can avoid by having this in place. An industry specific compliance audit, AI generated content, and the user interactions. The user interactions. Companies have had that um, recurring nightmare where, yes, you have everything in place, but what about what the employer or the user is doing? Are they doing everything to stay within compliance? Well, now you have the tool to make that happen, to not have that worrisome, to not have that. It doesn't even make sense not to have this, because how can you monitor what everyone is doing, and if they're doing something that can cause havoc to your company? Process optimization, identify bottlenecks in approval and reporting workflows, surface opportunities to automate repetitive tasks, improve throughput by analyzing task completion patterns. Our process, how are we doing it? How is it moving? Is it efficient? What are we doing that we don't need to do? What are we doing that the AI itself can take care of? What are we missing? Research and innovation. Discover the business impact of AI on team performance. Run comparative analysis of AI assisted versus manual workflows. Analyze linguistic and collaboration patterns for insights. Productivity analytics. So now track Copilot usage and adoption trends by team, identify power users, and training, training, training opportunities. Compare workflow efficiency before and after the AI adoption. I'm not telling you to go and you have this and you integrate it and use it. Make sure that it works. It will prove itself. It will prove why its value to you. And then what tends to happen is you will be able to improve upon that base model that you were doing and be able to basically tweak the operations and performance and the productivity to your liking. Business intelligence, mine, meeting, and email data for trends and sentiment. Map communication patterns to business outcomes. So you have, again, these departments that work together. In this sense right here, there was an organization where they had a human resources and they have a financial department. If you have finance department and you have human resource department, and they tend to work together and share information, but there were pockets where things were happening, and by utilizing this, they were able to make the workflow much more seamless. When they were onboarding or offboarding employees became an issue, and keeping that together and the communications patterns that were working. Again, as I spoke, a lot of people leave different companies, not staying, and all of that that's happening. And of course, both of those departments needs to be lockstep, and they need to have sort of a synchronization in order to have um, real-time information about what's going on with the employee who became a new employee or employee who left. And this was able to help them. So proactively manage risk by analyzing historical patterns. Being able to go through there, and then you can improve. Hey, there's a problem here. Hey, this works great. Why don't we add this here or there, and what can we do, how can we make this even better? Operations management. Identify time saving opportunities and meeting schedules. Meeting schedules. Nothing's worse than you missed the deadline. You didn't get this through here. Competition is competition. What you missed, the next company will pick up on, and they will have that while you're still trying to do what you are trying to do. Optimize resource allocation based on workload data. So you have the information there. Now, what do we need to do with this information to make it actionable? What has to happen? And being able to break it down into the steps and having the tool available. Improve forecasting with AI enriched operational data. So, key use cases for productivity and automation. Microsoft 360 Copilot in action, app by app. This section takes a deep dive into how Copilot transforms the way you work across Excel, PowerPoint, Word, Teams, and Outlook with specific capabilities, prompts, and automation scenarios for each app. Copilot in Word. So from blank page to a polished document. What Copilot does in Word. So draft a full draft full documents from a short prompt or bullet points. That is one of the features that you have available. Rewrite and reformat existing content for tone and clarity. This is a tool that I use daily. I have this, well, I'm presenting this to one person or to this person in this country and this person in here. Even within the United States, this person or this organization or this group has this. You have to be adaptable to each tone and be able to refine that. You have this tool available to make this happen in Word. Summarize long documents into concise executive briefs. Some of the things, believe it or not, an executive gets a whole bunch of information. Um, Ron, could you get this information and it's too much for me? I'm overwhelmed. Could you have this? No, you can now do this. You can summarize all of this information and have that at ease. Running a corporation is a lot of work. There's a lot of information, and you can have information overload also. Here's a tool to make that work for you. Generate tables, action lists, and structured outlines automatically. Automatically. Reference other files and meeting notes as source materials. Trying to remember everything across the board. Imagine having an all hands meeting and trying to remember everything and making sure that this worked. Someone brought this up in the meeting, and then okay, then you left, and then you're on this and that you're talking about, and you have all of this, and this will affect or this is going to happen. Having that information. Example prompt. Draft a one-page project proposal for a new employee onboarding automation initiative using a professional tone. And voila, there you have it. Right there at your fingertips. You're not sitting there typing, trying to think of this, trying to go through all these different generative AIs to build this and go through. No, this doesn't fit. Add this and no, you have one place, one single entity to be able to do this with. Copilot in PowerPoint, build presentations in minutes. Key capabilities, generate a complete presentation from a prompt or a Word document. Yes, generate the presentation. Add slides, redesign layouts, and apply brand themes automatically to be able to put that. Think of how many times and how many, some of you that are on here, do you remember making those PowerPoints from scratch? And building this, going back through, adding this. Oh, let me have this. Let me put this in there. Let me. No, you have this tool now. So that um, I guess I should refer to it as a nightmare. It was a privilege to still be able to do it, but having this right here is just been just life changing. Summarize the presentation into key talking points. Getting into there. Those you are putting something together to have rounds of funding. presenting something for a partnership, a merger, um, an investment, whatever the case may be, or business structures. You have this available. Suggest images and design improvements for each slide. It'll provide that for you. Convert complex data and reports into visual storytelling. So now you have a step by step, you have something that flows smoothly. Let's give it another example. So, example prompt, create a 10 slide executive presentation on our Q3 performance results based on this Word report. There you have it. I just absolutely love it. Copilot and Excel turn data into decisions. Copilot in Excel makes data analysis accessible to everyone. No formulas, expertise required. I know some of you right there are about ready to start clapping your hands. Simply describe what you want to know, and Copilot does the heavy lifting. Identify trends and patterns. Ask Copilot to find outliers, highlight trends, and surface key patterns in your data set using plain language. Create charts and visuals. Copilot selects the right chart type and builds it automatically based on your data and the question you're asking. I wanted to pause a minute so that you can absorb that. Build formulas and models. Describe the calculation you need, and Copilot generates the formula, including complex nested functions and conditional logic. Now, during my college days, oh my gosh, thinking about this now. But in all fairness, I'm a programmer also, so um, providing this and learning this was still very helpful. Clean and organize data. Automatically remove duplicates. Standardize formats and reorganize tables so your data is ready for analysis. Copilot and teams. We're tied up. We have those setups in teams. Smarter meetings, better follow through. So before, during, and after the meetings, get a real time summary of what's being discussed. Even if you joined late, you how many of you here have joined a meeting late and you're there and you're trying to rapidly in your mind put all this together, trying to listen to who's talking or what's going on, and thinking about what was missed and how does this, and you're going to be called upon to provide some input, or you have some new information that you have available, whatever the case is. Now, even if you join late, you can get a real time summary so that you can make everything work much more efficiently. There are a couple of companies that would happen because we were in a department I worked at, we would work, and our work sometimes brought us over past the meeting time, and we would join late, and then there would be a meeting afterwards to get us caught up with what we missed. So, as I always say, I'm always telling you things that the real world learning experience that I'm presenting for you. Ask Copilot what decisions were made, or what are my action items. You have that available on this tool. Generate meeting notes. Send them to the team automatically. Automatically. Catch up on missed messages in a long Teams chat with a single prompt. Summarize a channel's activity to quickly get up to speed. Now, let's give you an example. Example prompt. Summarize today's meeting and list all action items with owners and due dates. We can understand the importance of having that available and why that prompt is an amazing tool to have. Copilot and Outlook. Master your inbox in AI. So Copilot and Outlook helps you write better emails faster, triage your inbox intelligently, and stay on top of what matters most without drowning in messages. I can speak to that. I get around 100, let's say between 50 and 100 emails a day. It was so extremely hard to try to navigate through that. Draft and reply. Generate a full email draft with a few bullet points, or let Copilot suggest a reply based on the thread context. Adjust tone from formal to casual instantly. Coaching and tone check. Copilot reviews your draft and offers coaching on clarity, tone, and length, helping you communicate more professionally and persuasively. Summarize threads. Collapse long email chains into a clear 3 sentence summary so you instantly know the context before you even respond. Prioritize and surface. Copilot highlights the most important emails requiring your attention so you always know where to focus first. I tell you, I absolutely love these features. Automate tasks across Microsoft 365 with a single click. Beyond individual app assistants, Microsoft 365 Copilot can automate multi step tasks across apps, from creating a document to scheduling a meeting to sending a follow up email, all triggered by a single natural click. You describe the task, type or speak a natural language request, no special syntax required. Copilot and number two, plans the steps. Copilot breaks your request into the right sequence of actions across Microsoft 365 apps. Number three, actions execute automatically. Copilot creates files, sends messages, schedules meetings, and updates data on your behalf. You review and approve. So in number four, results are surfaced for your review. You stay in control while Copilot does all the heavy lifting for you. The Copilot interface, your AI command center. The Microsoft 365 Copilot interface gives you a consistent, powerful way to interact with AI across every app. Whether you're querying, summarizing, coding, or creating, it all starts here. What you can do, you can query, ask questions about your files, emails, meetings using natural language. Create, generate new content, emails, presentation, reports, code, code from a short prompt. Summarize, condense long documents, threads, and meetings into clear, actionable briefs. Edit and append, modify existing content, modify existing content, update specific sections, or add new information seamlessly. So advanced capabilities is that you have that research, surface relevant information from across your Microsoft 365 data and web with cited trustworthy responses. Too much too many times earlier there was data that was not true, or data that was old data that was dated, that did not apply anymore. Now you have this availability to have that real time data. Assist, get step by step guidance, suggestions, and coaching to improve your work in real time. Code, generate, explain, and debug code directly within Microsoft 365 tools, including Power, Automate, and Excel. All of this in there. And I know some of you on this webinar had no idea that you especially had this feature available. How Microsoft 365 Copilot works step by step. Getting started with Copilot is simple. The workflow follows the same pattern regardless of which Microsoft 365 app you're using, making it easy to build a consistent habit across your entire workday. Log in, describe the task, review and refine, and now take action. Copilot is available across web, yes, mobile, iOS, and Android, desktop, and directly within the Microsoft 365 app experiences so you can access it whenever work happens. Now, give you a couple of seconds, take a screenshot, or make a note of this. There was someone who had a question before, and one of the things is we work here, and I have my iPhone, and no, here we go, mobile, iOS, and Android, to be able to utilize this tool across the board. And what you did on the what she would do on her iPhone would happen right into her the desktop computer. Everything is seamless. Everything is synchronized. AI agents and workflow automation, optimization, pardon me. AI agents, autonomous automation with Microsoft Copilot. AI agents take Copilot to the next level, moving beyond single turn assistance to fully autonomous, multi step workflows that run on behalf across systems, apps, and data sources. What are AI agents and when should you use them? AI agents in Microsoft 365 Copilot are intelligent automations that can take actions, make decisions, and complete complex workflows autonomously with minimum human intervention required. So we have our declarative agents. Pre-configured agents focus on a specific task or domain, such as an AR onboarding agent, yes, a sales research agent, or an IT help desk agent. Easy to deploy and customize. When people that have known me for years are like, "Well, how are you able to do this? What do you have? What's the secret?" I'm giving it to you. Autonomous agents, agents that can act on triggers, monitor conditions, and execute multi step tasks end to end, such as processing approvals, updating records, and sending notifications automatically. Custom agents, Copilot Studio. Build your own agents using Microsoft Copilot Studio. Connect to any data source, define the workflow, and deploy it across Teams, SharePoint, or any Microsoft 365 surface. And now we have the pre-built agents. That comes into I don't to describe it as there's sometimes that fear, oh, the autonomous agents and building this pre-built agents. Microsoft provides ready-to-use agents for common scenarios, including a meeting facilitator agent, an employee self-service agent, and a SharePoint knowledge agent. So you have those pre-built agents right at your fingertips. Build AI agents with Microsoft Copilot Studio. No code agent building. Copilot Studio provides visual, low code environment for building AI agents. You describe what the agent should do, connect it to your data, and deploy it. No deep coding required. Let that sink in. Key capabilities connect to SharePoint, Dataverse, and third-party APIs. Define the triggers that you want, conditions, and the multi-step action sequences. Test and iterate with real-time conversation previews. Deploy the Teams, websites, Microsoft 365 apps instantly. Monitor agent performance with built-in analytics. So now you have the agents, but you're able to monitor it also. Copilot Studio included with select Microsoft 365 and Power Platform licenses. Check your tenant for availability. AI agent use cases across business functions. Now, AI agents can be deployed across virtually every business function, automating repetitive workflows, as we've mentioned, surfacing information on demand, and taking action so your team doesn't have to. So let's look at HR and onboarding. An onboarding agent guides new hires through forms, policies, and setup tasks, answering questions and triggering IT provisioning automatically. And let's talk about IT. So our IT help desk, an IT agent handles common support requests, password resets, software access, troubleshooting guides, reducing ticket volume and resolution time. Sales. So our sales and CRM. A sales agent researches prospects, drafts outreach emails, updates CRM records after calls, and flags high priority leads without manual inputs. Finance and approvals. An approvals agent routes requests, sends reminders, it captures the decisions and updates financial systems, eliminating email chains and the manual follow-up that has been an anchor for the financial industry for years. So we have our real-world automation scenarios by role. Microsoft 365 Copilot delivers value across every department. Here are concrete automation scenarios that teams can implement today across Copilot and AI agents. Let's look at our marketing team. Generate campaign briefs and social content from a single prompt. Summarize competitive research documents into key takeaways, not some stale thing or something that's just set in place, but competitive research documents. Draft and schedule email campaigns using Copilot plus Power Automate. And our legal and compliance. Summarize contracts and flag key clauses for review for your legal team. Draft standard NDAs and policy documents from templates. Monitor communications for compliance triggers using the agents. Operations and project managers. So auto generate project status reports from meeting notes and task data. Trigger approval workflows based on project milestone completion. Summarize cross team dependencies and risk items weekly. Take a minute, put that into your notes, or take a screenshot of this. Summarize cross team dependencies, and risk items weekly. Customer success. Auto generate follow up emails after customer calls and teams. Surface at risk accounts by analyzing sentiment and communications. Hey, nothing's worse than losing a customer, right? You went through all of that, losing that customer, that client. Create personalized renewal proposals using account data. Support governance and best practices for Copilot deployment. Executive sponsorship, communicate the AI vision and organizational goals to all leaders, identify key rollout milestones, and prioritize high impact use cases. Communicate directly with employees to build awareness. And nothing like the change management, right? Use Microsoft pre-built adoption and marketing toolkit. So conduct town hall style events to showcase Copilot in action. Identify Copilot champions and have them share success stories. The training and support, in-app training, on-demand videos, and Microsoft Learn modules, daily live sessions, and community forums. Netcom Learning instructor-led training for hands-on mastery. Celebrate and scale. Now, identify power users and recognize their contributions. Capture and share the testimonials and measurable outcomes. Track adoption metrics and iterate on your rollout strategy. Now, here's a governor's tip. Use Microsoft Purview to manage Copilot data access and audit logs and sensitivity label policies before you do your deployment. And some best practices for driving Copilot adoption across your organization are such as sustainable adoption requires intentional engagement from managers, communicators, and end users alike. Everyone. These practices ensure Copilot becomes a daily habit, not just a one time experiment. So you engage managers and team leads early. Discuss Copilot during team meetings and one on ones. Educate leaders on the benefits so that they can champion adoption with their direct reports and model the behavior themselves. Number two, leverage internal communications. Work with your communications team to promote Copilot via newsletters, emails, internet posts. Track open rates and signups to gauge interest and adjust messaging accordingly. Activate the champions, empower users, identify early adopters, and equip them with the resources they need, talking points, success stories to share with peers at town halls, team meetings, and on social media. And number four, recommend for struggling users. For employees dealing with documentation overload or workflow inefficiency, recommend Copilot as a targeted solution, especially for those on performance improvement plans where productivity is a factor for them. Now, the key takeaways from today's masterclass is Copilot is already in your tools. You don't need a new platform. Copilot is embedded in Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Teams, and Outlook. Start using it today with your existing Microsoft 365 license. And you can automation starts with a prompt, just a prompt. Any repetitive task that takes more than a few minutes is a candidate for Copilot automation. Start small. Measure the time saved and scale from there. AI agents multiply your impact. Once you're comfortable with Copilot, AI agents let you automate entire workflows, not just individual tasks. Copilot Studio makes this accessible to non developers. Trust and governance comes first before scaling adoption. Ensure your data permissions, sensitivity levels, labels, and compliance policies are in place. Responsible AI deployment protects organizations and your people. Now, the AI Credentials Accelerator demonstrates skills that drive impact in the AI era. What you'll take away: a clear view of Microsoft credentials, what's new for business professionals, how certifications and applied skills work together, the next steps to earn and share. You know AI is changing how work is done. Roles and workflows are changing fast. Skills must be visible and verified. Have the human ambition and the agents. Skills aren't optional, they're essential. 67% of leaders won't hire without AI proficiency. Grow your career with Microsoft credentials, build, apply, and prove your skills. The skills: build practical, job ready skills, develop teams fluent in AI, cloud security, business solutions from beginner to expert. Earn your Microsoft verified credentials that provide a trusted signal of ability and have that impact, gain recognition, help leaders identify skill gaps, and keep teams aligned and competitive. And we have our applied skills, Microsoft Applied Skills, streamline business workflows with AI chats. Microsoft Applied Skills, generate reports with your AI research agents. We've been putting that throughout this masterclass. So short on demand credentials that highlight AI fluency using Microsoft 365 Copilot and researcher agent across everyday workflows. And the certification says the AI business professional, Microsoft certified AI transformation leader, certification designed for non-technical roles. Validate AI fluency, strengthen collaboration with the Microsoft 365 Copilot, and lead responsible AI strategy across your organization. And we take a look, industry recognized Microsoft certification with the role base. 63% of professionals received or expected a job promotion after earning their certification. Comprehensive growth renewable, and shareable. So the earn by passing an exam that reflects key job responsibilities and tasks. Obviously, the growth support all stages of career with fundamentals, associate, expert, and specialty. Renewal eligible certifications annually at no cost. By completing a short online assessment, showcase your globally recognized certification on social media platforms like LinkedIn. We take a look at some of the certifications and take the time now to download the certifications overview. Now, demonstrate ability to use Microsoft technologies in real world. More than 60% of organizations highlight micro credentials like Microsoft Applied Skills. Let them test and validate real world technical skills. Practical, earned by completing a series of tasks through interactive lab based assessment. It's flexible, it's short, skill specific, and available on demand. Align maps to role-based certifications, includes beginner and intermediate levels, and is shareable. Share your credentials on social media. Again, the Microsoft Applied Skills. Two credential types. You have your technical and you have your business. Beginner, intermediate, fundamental, associate, expert, and specialty. They're designed to complement each other. The certifications, the role-based, and your applied skills. Business professional credential journey. You have all the expertise and all the guidance to help you get through this with the Netcom learning. Streamline business workflows with AI chat, AI business professionals that is in beta, and generate reports with AI research agents. Steps to earn your credentials. Prepare with a self Prepare with self-paced or instructor-led training. Earn your credentials by passing the exam or scenario-based assessment. And again, share your credentials. Now, fill our quick survey to unlock your certificate of completion. Here's your QR code. All right. Share your testimonial and get a 20% off on the Microsoft AI and Copilot courses. Now, we'll get into the questions.
Yeah, so we have got many questions on our question panel. So we're gonna pick few questions one by one. So question number one that we've got is, how can organization measure the ROI or productivity gains after implementing Copilot across the team?
All right. The time savings for one, most direct KPI. That's the most direct KPI. Track time spent on tasks before versus after Copilot so that you can see that real information. Writing emails in Outlook, creating documents in Word, building presentations in PowerPoint. You have all of those available. Um, an example would be weekly reporting reduced from 3 hours to 1.5 hours. output volume and speeds, number of documents, reports, and proposals completed per employee, faster turnaround, um, quality improvements, fewer revisions needed. You got to improve clarity and consistency for one thing, and meeting efficiency. Using Copilot in Microsoft Teams, you can auto summarize meetings and track action items, measure reduction in follow up meetings, or even note taking. And then the employee experience. Survey your employees. Do you feel more productive? Which tasks improve the most? Gather that information. And of course, the financial ROI that you would have available. Time saved versus average hourly cost, Copilot licensing costs, having that available for you. All right, next question.
Question number two that we got from Harsh is, if we are just getting started with Microsoft 365 Copilot, what are the first few use cases or tasks you recommend we begin with?
Email and drafting and summarization. Start with low risk, high frequency tasks where Copilot shines immediately so that you can see the good results. And Outlook, draft replies, summarize long threads, have those fast wins used daily by most of the employees, meeting summaries and action items. And teams generate recap notes, extract tasks automatically. It saves time and improves accountability. And document creation. Go into Word, first drafts, reports, proposals, and policies. Summarize those long documents. And this is great for knowledge workers and data analysis in Excel. As we spoke earlier, in Microsoft Excel, ask questions in plain English and generate charts and insights. Powerful, but may require cleaner data, but use those into your initial point. And of course, using the PowerPoint, turn the documents into slide decks, high impact for sales and leadership teams. So this is one of the great ways to get started and see the great the best use cases that are available for you. Next question.
So, last question is, how does Copilot handle sensitive company data and what kind of security or permission should organizations have in place before using it?
Well, Copilot is designed to respect your organization's existing Microsoft 365 security model, but that also means your current setup must be solid. How Copilot handles it is it uses your organization data from emails, files, chats, and calendars. It does not expose your data users that aren't already have access. So, with respects to file permissions, SharePoint, OneDrive access controls, data is not used to train the public models. And the critical security and governance prerequisites before the rollout even occurs, proper access controls, audit permissions in Microsoft SharePoint and in Microsoft OneDrive. And what happens also, remove overshared files. Everyone has access links. Data classification and labeling handle happens. Sensitivity levels, labels, confidential, internal, etc. It helps prevent accidental exposure. And who can forget DLP, data loss prevention for your financial data in the PII, especially important in the regulated industries. And the multi-factor authentication, conditional access policies, audit and monitoring. So who's access what? Copilot usage patterns are put into there also. I want to thank you so much for joining me today in this masterclass. I absolutely love this. I absolutely love Copilot and what it has done to help make the business world and just the world in general much better. Thank you so much for joining this masterclass. And again, my name is Ronald Clanton. I look forward to presenting more and look forward to you joining Netcom to learn more and improve your skills.
Thank you so much, Ronald. Now, I would like to take over and go through the badge redemption part. I'm excited to announce that all the participants in today's masterclass have been given in free exclusive access to AB 900 courseware. And the best part is you also get to claim your digital achievement badges on Microsoft Learn to celebrate your fundamental skilling journey. Issued by Microsoft, these badges can help you highlight your newly acquired skills and boost your career potential. Let's take a quick look at the steps that you need to follow. So, on the right hand side, you can see a scanner, and if you have your mobile phone handy, you can just scan this and use our mobile phone landing page to redeem your courseware and certificates. And if currently you're on your PC or laptop, you don't have to worry. This button over here, this is a clickable button. By clicking on this, you can easily redeem your courseware and certificates. So let's quickly see three steps that you need to follow. So step number one is sign into a Microsoft Learn account using your personal or professional Outlook or Hotmail account. And if you already signed in, you will directly be seeing step two. So you can see this redeem button over here. This is also a clickable button. You can also redeem your courseware and certificates by clicking on this button. So step number two is your unique code will already be pre-filled. You don't need to add anything over here. You just need to click on redeem button to redeem your code. So step number three is you will receive a message indicating that your achievement has been added to your profile. Now you just need to click on view profile button and you can access your Microsoft official courseware module from the training tab. So we'll quickly show you an example how your redemption page would look like. So to generate or download your certificates, you need to follow three steps. First, you need to click on achievements, then courses, and you can see this printer icon over here. By clicking on this, you can easily redeem or download your certificates, and after that, you can showcase your achievement on your LinkedIn or your any other social media platform. If you have any question regarding the badge redemption part, our team is there in chat. You can just type your question and we will help you with that. And I'll quickly go through our event handout that we have. So as you can see on my screen, this is the event handout that we have and you all have received that. Once again, we want to thank you all for taking out your time and joining us today. As part of handout, you would see the content section over here and all the buttons you are seeing over here are hyperlinked. So you can quickly use this link to jump onto the specific section of document you just want to go. So as we can see, we are a unified ecosystem for AI readiness. Netcom Plus is always on learning companion powered by AI designed to make growing your skills simple, personal, accessible, anytime, every time. All the links you are seeing over here, all the buttons, they are clickable. You can just by simply clicking this, you can easily go to their main landing page. Adoptify AI helps organization unlock the full potential of Microsoft 365 Copilot and AI through training, consulting, and hand-on adoption support. So about Netcom Learning, we help you build innovation, innovating learning organization in workplace by structure a smart workforce, supporting changes and driving growth. Netcom has 27 years of business experience in learning and development industry. So we are partnered with Microsoft, AI Search, Google, AWS, and others. And we are also finalists for 2025 Microsoft Partner of the Year. And we have been the US Partner of the Year in 2023 and Partner of the Year winner in 2022. So our purpose is to promote the value of lifelong learning. So Netcom Learning, we have served 80% of the Fortune 1000 100 plus US military base, and we have also served 40K plus enterprise customers. So if you want to go through this session again, so over here you can see this button. This is clickable button. You will be redirected to our landing page and you can easily access our recordings from there. And as you know, we are providing free certificate for AB 900 course. So you can see this button over here. By clicking on redeem button, you can redeem your course and easily get your certificate. Manage your learning with Netcom 365. Netcom is an innovative, highly scalable, and user friendly platform specifically designed for technology education industry. So by clicking on this access Netcom 365, you can access your portal. Let's off latest offers on Microsoft training and certifications. So we have listed all our latest offerings over here, which is Microsoft Quick Start, best in class exclusive enterprise discount on your Microsoft training. By clicking on Get Started button, you can access your latest training or certificates offer that we have. So we have also added a free ebook over here. By clicking on this, you can easily go and check out our ebook and get to know more knowledge about things for business. We also provide 2 hours free private group training demo. Netcom Learning provides 2-hour virtual trainer led private group training sessions. Allow your organization to get started with Microsoft scaling journey and experience the learning process before deciding to commit to a full-fledged Microsoft learning plan deployment. Learning Passport, flexible team learn training package. So we also offer a team training package. So you can, by clicking on learn more, you can learn about the package that we offer. So we have also added recommended courses over here. So we have added 4 courses over here. By clicking on this, you can easily go to landing pages and explore the courses. And we have also added few of our upcoming masterclasses and blogs. You can just check out those and also register our upcoming masterclass, which is on April 14, which is also a live event on Microsoft GenAI Masterclass for business professionals. And don't forget to follow us for the latest update on IT and business training on our LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, and our Twitter handles. And with that, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you all.